신경 쓰지 마라. 나는 네가 아무런 말을 하고 있지 않는데 이때도 계속해서 일을 처리하고 있으니 벌써 4건의 징수를 완료했지.
All right. It's been a while since I played or since I streamed. I played Limbus. I've been playing this all day, to be honest. Not all day, but all week. Haven't done the cultivation yet though, so let's get started with that. It's been a minute since I streamed because I don't know. I just didn't feel like streaming. Not sure why. I really don't know why. I was just really out of it for a bit. But I mean now, so why not? Kind of back into the mood. Well, at least I'm trying to get back into the mood. I'll say I'm back into streaming. But first thing first, let's go ahead and just do a pool here. One pool. I know I could just wait like an extra day or 2 days. Wednesday. You know what? No, let me not be greedy. I was literally gonna do a 10 pool, but I'll be on it. My favorite Haitian. Minus the horseman. I don't like the horseman too much, but it's still pretty cool. Alright, let's do type 5. Rupture tremor. Rupture. Click on the rupture count. So tremor. I'm gonna activate exalt the command, but the Lord hung the balls in on a corner tree. Training? Is that thunder? Yeah, Family Heart candidate Ishmael is actively participating. You can activate following when Family Heart. I will skill fix. And start. Apply 1 attack power to Family Heart. Apply 1 attack power. You uses a skill Obsidian Storm Crescent Discapitator. Family Heart uses Crimson Spring as assist attack once per turn. Oh wow. I really want him to make Ishmael better, to be honest. That's what she. Nice. Skills. I'm gonna come back to the support abilities, mainly because I want to I just want to take a look at the unit. I don't want to take a look at the order really, because that'll determine how I'm gonna set these people or these characters in line. If unit speed is faster than targets, gain 1 coin power. The unit speed is faster than target by 2 or more. Deal and break on self at % damage. That's 100%. For every power up sure target. more line breaker you get, the stronger it just. We'll play on stack attrition. Okay, so that means this burst is gonna be much more useful. Okay. But only if he uses it. That's a catch. Burst more useful. I think he probably should have aggro. Line breaker. Well, he does spin his line breaker, but gained a stack of X10 shield for it. Oh, he's not much of a tank. Well, protection is. One protection. Oh. Come on. Oh. Okay. Alright, learn my lesson. That's that. Wait. I have enough of it. Okay, cool. Oh, I have enough for him as well. Hold on. Target has 6+ burn, burn plus rupture, coin power +1. Pretty simple so far, just applying a burn and coin power. More burn, coin power. Has blood flame. Is wait, what? Hold on. He is butler. He's chief butler. Ryoshu. Skill. Hmm. Blood flame. So wait, should I have him as number 6? No. If substitute or returns in. I should have him number 7? No, 8. I can also have other units as well. So he should be number 7, honestly. That's what drew blood flame. Wait, is he also like fast as well? With him next turn. Flash loose. I like faster. Yes, I'm a bit fast, like battle trunk. Fast light in a way. Fast full kit basically. That's a degree. So he only gets the burn basically flash So it kind of makes him able to, you know, get back into the fight. The clash, you get back into the fight. I like the character. All right, then let's go and get started with the Spring Cultivation. Let's just a chill vibe. All probably very important to this content then. Okay. I'm guessing it's really important to this content. Probably just I already saw some small little Twitter just always spoils first chance to get, you know. But that'll be more about Ryoshi, to be honest. But if Sinclair does get some light shine on him, that's pretty nice. I would like that. I think I've already got a little light shine on her a bit on Time Killing Time. The hall was chill with a tense air, and those present all sat in complete silence. And there were Jia Yuan Chun, with her lips slightly curled into a mirthless sneer. At the center of it all sat Jia Jishin, unsure what to say next. Well, everyone, Jia Yun Chun, seated next to Hierarch's seat upon which Jishin sat, smoothly takes control of the situation, begins to assembly. Honored heads of houses, lords of each family and their proximities, members, and nods slightly, acknowledging our awkward presence. And little Jishin's guess, little bruh, okay, who stay here at our H Corp, seems to be extended without a foreseeable end. I'm guessing we're just vibing. Isn't she technically from Q Corp? What's with her acting like she's any less of an outsider than what we are? Yeah. And did everyone catch that? Our H Corp? Regardless of everything else, the fact that she hijacked the meeting from the get-go is ridiculous. Especially with Jia Jishin, the family hierarch herself, presiding over the official assembly. Clearly, she's using the pretense of assisting the hierarch to assert her own dominance over these proceedings. As we are all aware, venerable former Jiamu has always discussed with and confided in me about the matters of great import, the momentousness of which steered the very course of H Corp's prospects. Even after departed the family for Q Corp, venerable and former Jia Miu has always written missives to confer such matters with me. Something about it smelled suspicious, but we already missed the window to challenge her to present us with, well, we already missed the window to challenge her to present us with the proof without breaking decorum. Thus, as it naturally follows that I will be the inheritor of the venerable GMU's will, I shall be presiding over this regular assembly, which we convene to discuss and determine the future of H Corp. What a grandiose and self-important induction. It seems clear to me that she considered herself to be the main character of the scene, or something. Your Grace certainly befits your station, Lady Yuan-chan. We are all impressed by your utmost dedication to the citizenry of Hong Yuan, despite your already saturated schedule. I can hardly thank you enough for your magnanimity. But did we kill you? Or I think we just killed someone from your family. Same kind of design though, but yeah, makes sense. Lady Yuan-chan. Ah, my parents. A true shame they couldn't be here. I've always sung praises about your expertise, Lady Yu-chan. It's fucking dick suckers, man. Oh, dick riders, I guess. Oh, hey, bro, Wang. Responses from the participants are just as protracted, only obsequious instead of arrogant. As heads of some of those houses were under investigation for consorting with the forces foreign to Hong Yuan. Their vacuum was filled by their children's generation, many of whom we had pleasure meeting during the family Hierarch War. Very well. Then shall we? Welcome, GM Jishun. The person to sit upon the seat of Hong Yuan, family Hierarch. Greetings. I am. Now let's begin. Bro. What? Get together, girl. Come on. For many years, all those who have gathered here have toiled day and night for the eternal prosperity of the Grove H Corp. Yeah. Speak up. Come on, say something. Aww. Jia Chun's expression immediately sours as Yuan Chun unceremoniously cuts off her self-introduction. First on the agenda for this assembly are urgent discussions and passages of new major policy items that have been tabled for far too long. Distributive contribution right auctioning policy. Quarterly amnesty policy. Hold on, big sister. Yu-chan. Passing the distributive contribution right auctioning policy will allow the open auction for any remaining rooms the days before construction days, and the quarterly amnesty wouldn't do anything but give unfair advantage to certain families and high net worth individuals by guaranteeing them a large real estate assignments, regardless of their performance in the previous quarter. Okay, speak your talk. Come on. Jichun stutters a little bit, flustered before continuing. Oh. My point is, these policies are going to rattle H Corp's economy the moment they go into effect. Besides, these policies were pretty much drawn to favor leaning the pockets of selected few families and high-ranking officials with H Corp. Yeah, just the rich stay rich, basically. If I may, Venerable Hierarch, lining the pockets. That's quite an odd turn of phrase to further the bare minimum respect the society might repay for its highest contributing members, don't you think? Yeah, sure, bro. Your fat fucking nose. Oh, before we continue, Jichun, I'm not entirely certain if you are aware, but ever since the ascension of the new family hierarch, the perceived value of Hong Yuan has been raised to the, for lack of a better word, rock bottom. Clearly, this demonstrates Hong Yuan's concern and its lack of faith in the new appointed family hierarch. Therefore, it's natural to follow that our most urgent task at hand is to put a stop to this value and reputation freefall and restore the prosperity and greatness to Hong Yuan once again. Yeah, okay. And that's the family hierarch's job, right? Why are you? If you had to peruse H Corp's articles of association, you have known that H Corp be deemed in a state of crisis. The four great houses and board of directors' voice may also carry de facto power in the assembly. And the board of directors, that's us, has determined that we are now in a state of crisis. Fucking board of directors. State of crisis? What crisis? Everything that led to my ascension to the family hierarch was legitimate, down to the very final approval. These assembly rumors and slanders are tanking our value, which we have built up astutely through years upon years of toil. So what is this, if not a state of crisis? And who wouldn't doubt the new family hierarch qualities when this decline has coincided precisely with her ascension? Yi-chan was somehow turning the room against Shishin, without presenting a single shred of evidence, portraying her as some burdensome hierarch who was single-handedly tanking H-Corp's value. No one in the assembly, not even a single representative from any family present, stepped up to the point of how Ji-chun's swift actions were what finally repelled the outside force that had marched right up to Hang Yuan's front yard. While she deftly maneuvered her forces to quell the embers of war by quickly taking control of the chaos within Deng Yuan. She hadn't shown any glaring signs of incompetency since her ascension, despite her relative inexperience. But everyone hung on board of directors, the heads of each family, averted their eyes as though all that had somehow inconceivably slipped their minds. You're just playing dumb. So take yourself to be a qualified individual for that responsibility, Shishin. Very well. Then proceed. We're all waiting for you to begin your briefing before the assembly regarding the last 30-year quarterly net revenue records for Hang Yuan's singularity-related businesses, your calculations on next year's financial debt forecasts, and the exact recipe and variation numbers for the boluses that have been registered in the last 5 years. The Venerable Hierarch has not received that data prior to the meeting. You all must be aware of the chaos that followed the ascension. We are still indexing all available material too. Isn't that funny? Not once in the history of Hang Yuan has the family hierarch ever failed to provide immediate and detailed answers regarding Hang Yuan's historical statistics. Yi-chan must have known all along too. She must have known how the previous family hierarchs were all directly supplied with an immersive repository of information through the Worm, or something of the equivalent. Yeah, got all the information. I have all the information like that. And now she's using that to her advantage. But a cunt. It's a little fucked. And she used it to target Shishan's weakness, knowingly asking questions. Ask questions she, the first family hierarch, without the animal worm, couldn't possibly answer. The responsibility tied to the venerable seat of the hierarch, GMU, are matched only by the great powers bestowed upon it. Thus, how are we able to leave the matters of the wing to someone who is so evidently unprepared for the task? Given the present circumstances, our hands may be forced to call to vote the motion of no confidence. Motion of no confidence. A motion of no confidence, when passed by the higher-ranking political officials, can result in the removal of the chief executive from office. Bro, this is just board of directors, literally. Wow. So they're going after Jushin's power. So this is the picture Jit and wanted to paint. Impotent family hierarchs stammering and stumbling through their first meeting to a total near unanimous lack of support from H Corp board of directors. Whatever jargon they're on about. Whatever jargon they're on. Wait, hold on. Bloody mate. Whatever jargon they're on about, seems to me that they got no ounce of respect for the last or us. Never trust twats overly obsessed with numbers and optimizations. They'd be the first one to kick at you out the moment they no longer see you as useful. Nah, I didn't say that right. I forgot how to fucking voice these characters. Not that I've voiced them really well, but I usually had like a distinct kind of little thing for them, you know? You're not the only one who pissed off. So can you please stop shaking your leg for a second? Don't need to make our frustration any more obvious, you know? My ass would have left the chair long ago if it went for this last. In H Corp, should the board of directors unanimously vote in favor of the motion, certain parts of the family hierarch power will be removed. It's entirely possible that she will become a hierarch in name only. Oh, so you're threatening to fire her unless she falls in line. This is some needless convoluted way to. Assembly will now consider the motion of no confidence. Are there any objections to bringing a motion of no confidence against family hierarchy Shishin to the floor? Hold on. There's no vote. The vote of no confidence isn't an item they can invoke so lightly. The Shi family has no objections. Oh, fuck you. Let's say the Wang family has no objections either. The Xu family too. Oh, I think she's being threatened, obviously. Honestly, I think they're all just being. Yeah, she does have the backing for P Corp, I think. P Corp. What's the H Corp? What corp was she from? Mentioned earlier. The rest of the previous family heads seem to have changed precisely nothing. Those in power wore more youthful faces, but their tongues still carried the same old resistance to change. The new family heads were just as uncooperative as ever, and everyone seemed to be solely interested in staying in Jia Yuan Chun's good graces. New faces, same old. And needless to say, Heathcliff wasn't the only sinner, fuming with rage. This is far too vexing for simply watch and do not. Right? I knew we would let this slide, Don Quixote. They're walking all over Chishin's like she's not even here. Pursuit. We cannot let such injustice transpire unabated. Hey. Seems like we're both on the same page. I'm not going to hesitate to make myself heard again. This time, I wanted to be courageous with your help, Don Quixote. Aw. Come on, let's do this together, okay? Oh, this is just so cute. Very well. I'm in agreement. Yeah. Then let's go on 3 at the same time. If there's no objections, 1, 2. The Assembly will put this resolution to vote in a month. And 3. Here, objection. Bloody hell, oi. Have you gone mental? Sinclair stood tall at the center of the entire room in undivided astonishment alone. Wait, Don Quixote? Don Quixote, still firmly in her seat, gazed upon Sinclair's proud stand and rubbed her nose. Young Sinclair, thou hast evolved indeed. What an unmitigated pursuer of justice thou hast become. With such unrelenting fervor and utter regard for decorum. Certainly, my effort has finally borne fruit. What the hell? Don Quixote or Heathcliff suddenly rub off on you or something? No, wait, no. What happened there? Don Quixote, we're going to. What happened to ejecting together? Oh, I've taken that suggestion to mean that we must voice our dissatisfaction through the official channels, borrow the titles of the illustrious Red Gaze and the Department of the LCC. Disputes in succession of power on such high level of government are hardly ever resolved with rash grandstanding. Wouldst thou not agree? What? Why are you normal all of a sudden? What? Lad, what just happened? What happened to the clammy meek boy? Well, that's... I guess I just assumed that this is how Limbus Company rolls now. Aww. Aww. The troublemakers. The sinners. There seemed to have been an unexpected outburst from future one's guests. Withdraw your objection, and we will consider this a momentary loss of control and not enter it as an official statement. It was, Sinclair's eyes were shaking like someone with his life on the line. Oh, his red eyes are darting around. If not, I take it that you have full confidence in your abilities. So please, I encourage you to elaborate. When and how will Jishin demonstrate her aptitude for responsibilities for the family hierarch? His voice continues to shrivel into a corner. Ah, bro, can't. How could anyone, when we all had a very clear view of her path to ascension? During the family hierarch evaluation, Jie Baoyu donated the coins he received from Jie Shu to you, essentially. And you pity-parted your way to victory. Pity party, that's a wild pity party, bro. What the? You just pity-partied your way. And for your ascension, Jie Shu, the one, and those outsiders from an upstart company had to almost literally carry you to the seat. Brother. She is spitting, but it wasn't like that, you know? It wasn't like that. Has there ever been a single victory attained by your own hands in that entire process? We have not been able to witness the qualities she exhibited during the family hierarchy evaluation and her own ascension. You must have no shame snarking your forked tongue in the audience of both heaven and earth like an unwitted buffoon. Oh boy, oh, I already know what this is. That's when quiet. Even footsteps broke through Jia Yuchun's merciless dismantling of Jia Chun. Oh, okay. Oh. Yes, I see the point. Okay. Nice. I thought this was Jia Shu. But if she's walking up to the stadium here, I'm by herself. I am quite glad. Because we didn't get enough of Zagong. The Hierarch, with her grace, needs only demonstrate her already established qualifications before all. This is no place for an outsider to speak, but proceed. How will she prove herself before us? What an odd statement, coming from a fellow outsider who's been chattering for minutes on end. Forgive me. I can only presume that your verbose on the right to speak in this forum was open to all outsiders. Oof. Oh, you motherfucker. You said it yourself. No. The vote. Oh, I love her energy. Holy shit. That the vote on the no confidence resolution will proceed in a month. That seems to give the Venerable Hierarch a month to regain the trust of each family. What? It is rather clear to me that there are many who find their own defeat in the family hierarch war difficult to accept. Such a doubt is easily resolved. A match between clans should lay out the results quite obviously. Very well. A challenge between clans. Which would cue the participation of family hierarchs, facial packs, and the Jailan guards. So you would remove the Hao and the Zhu before... Well, what? Before the game even begins. Why not make this test a series of sparring matches in both academia and martial arts, if such the case? Okay, so she's gonna be fighting herself. So I'm gonna be loving her up and teach her fucking... Okay. What audacity. Do you truly have that much faith in Jia Shun's abilities? I kind of like this. If they had this in mind since Kanto 7, great. Because honestly, since Kanto 7, Jia Shun didn't really seem that... She felt, skilled. But she didn't seem as reliable. Like, especially when she was fighting with Tria's team. She wasn't really that great at all. So the idea of me building her up, like Olympus Company building her up into like someone that's worthy of the seat of hierarchy, is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. What audacity! Do you truly have that much faith in Jia Shun's abilities? You must know the consequences of failing these matches, no? It'll be a unanimous, one-sided end to the vote of no confidence, and naturally, any and all right appertaining to the family hierarchy shall be transferred to the board of directors. That's fine by us. You are keen to choose any champion whom you see fit. Unfortunately, your underlings don't seem to share your inflated confidence. Oh, my boy. Speak your mind. But in the midst of the confused, flabbergasted silence of the other sinners, a clear, carefree, yet defiant voice rings out in Hong Liu's retort. Oh, fuck yeah. That's not true at all, big sister Yuan-chun. We have just as much confidence in Jia as she does. His wide eyes stared directly and unblinkingly into Jia Yuan-chun. It occurred to me that this might be his way of expressing anger. Woo! Alright. Impudent child. How dare you stare down me like that? Then you're all welcome to try. 1 month. You have but 1 month to prove before all an audience that she is indeed fit to be the family hierarch. Should you fail, the vote may as well be a mere formality. In other words, should she successfully prove herself, none of you shall again rightly challenge the independent rights and powers bestowed upon the family hierarch. The consequences of such recalcitrance, huh? Is this like a word? Oh fuck, it is a word. What the fuck is going on? Hold on.
Recalcitrant.
Recalcitrant? Who says that? Have you ever seen uncooperative attitude toward authority? Okay, gotcha. Cooperative. She's saying cooperative. What? What? Bro. Oh. Like, huh? Wait, oh. Don't you like over here? Where do you go to? Okay. Anyways, recalcitrants would be no difference from those that the traders are facing. Wouldn't you agree? Well, then, we'll excuse ourselves now. Wait, I'm... Zigon turns around towards us with that same mysterious smile and slowly directs us outside the assembly hall. We may call them sparring matches, but you must know that each and every one of them is a test to prove your claim to the seat of the family hierarch. A month is a time far too brief for drastic improvement, regardless of whom it may be. Learning from a proper master for 10 months straight might teach you a few things, but who knows how long the search for one such master might take. Not to mention the official channels through which you must bring past Dongwon's walls, which may take up to 2 months. Why not relent now and relinquish but a part of your powers as a family hierarch to the board of directors? It seems that this fellow outsider's mental faculties are impressively lacking. Oof. Oof. My lord has spoken in the past that when the presence of 3 people, at least one of them is bound to be a teacher of mine. And here they are, aren't they? Yushin's masters. Each carries something new to teach her. All 13 of them. Zigon, okay. Zigon gestured huffily through the Fabregas sinners, and the assembly came to an end. Yeah. 12 teachers. What is this? We're planning to train Jian anyway, but it seems that we are now under an unexpected deadline. Hey, when you said the LCB was going to help me out, did you guys mean that you were going to publicly humiliate the crap out of me at the assembly? Of course not, Jishin. Big sister Yuchun's an old snake. You've given her 30 days to set a perfect stage for my downfall, to prove that to the world that once and for all I'm not qualified to be the family hierarch. But Yuchun, weren't you always so good at humbling anyone who dared underestimate you? Not so much anymore. Back then, like an idiot, I thought I just had to hold on with everything I had. I thought that all I ever had to do. But now, things are different. It's true that I'm vastly underqualified to be the family hierarch, and she's right. I'm pretty much lucked into the position. Yuchun, don't tell me that woman bullshit actually got to you. Well, she wasn't completely wrong, right? Aw. I'm just some kid who happened to just be good enough to survive some traps and ambushes. I'm afraid that the responsibility of family hierarch might be too much. Her self-confidence has significantly decreased compared to the observation of our previous interaction. The heck? Jishin? I remember you being this kind of character. Yeah. What happened to the girl who looked down on us the moment we met? You even had the audacity to pretend not to know who we were, didn't you? Where'd all that confidence go, girl? That actually got her under her skin back then, huh? So Jishin, what do you want to do? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you okay with letting this happen? if I let it happen, Big Sister Yu-chan's gonna continue expanding her influence here. I'm sure she and the board of directors have been cozying up each other for a long time. It's the implication that her statement testaments on her influence were true. Yep, it's true. Before she left Q Corp, Big Sister Yu-chan used to always accompany GMU through these assemblies. If we just let them hold the vote of no confidence, they're going to unanimously vote against me and slowly reduce the family hierarchy's scope of power. And who knows, they might even call for a reevaluation. However unlikely that sounds. Besides, Big Sister Yu-chan, I think her definition of Hangyon's prosperity might be different from mine. What she's looking for isn't H-Corp's prosperity, than going on. And I know that this all has something to do with its ties to Q Corp, which I bet already been going on for a while under my radar. I'm just sure they have already had plenty of talks behind my back. Which is not the kind of vision you will have for Hongyan futures, right? And that's why you spoke up against her. My vision for Hongyan is I want to change H Corp. Be the kind of place where people can live out without fear. Oh. I just never imagined that I have to prove myself like this. And in 30 days, and even then, your vision hasn't changed, right? It hasn't. Great. So it's decided then, huh? We just need a file. What? We just need file. What? File? We just need file to deliver the bad news to Saudi. She didn't like the nickname. So, to summarize, the responsibility of training Jishan to win these matches, these amorphous tests, upon which hinges on the family hierarch's fate, and almost every facet of which is entirely under Chia Yuchan's control. By the way, and it's probably a trap, when the next 30 days are, and we have to explain that to Saudi? Wow, that sounds that sounds like a lot of work when you put it like that. Postmortem reports have been quite rote. Sometime later. Pretty. That must impress upon illustrious red gaze. That wasn't my idea. That wasn't mine idea this time. I stared blankly at Don Quixote as she made her desperate plea towards Saudi. Yes, and I understand that as well. For the 8th time. As Saudi was wearing the same refreshing, incomprehensible smile. I love that smile, honestly. The kind of smile that makes people increasingly anxious the longer it lasts. I can fucking imagine. Well, that gives about 30 days, during which those sparring matches, tests, whatever, will be happening as well. Great. Then let's give our best. Sinclair mutters in a near whisper, clearly feeling responsible for what happened. Yeah, yes, I understand. I never should have stepped out of line like that. But something just... yeah. So let's give it our best. I totally agree. We're messing everything up. We messed everything up. And, well, I totally agree. We messed everything up and again. And Olympus Company was always going to remain here and assist Jia Shun acclimatizing herself to the responsibilities of the family hierarchy. It was a part of our plan. Yeah, because we need something from H Corp, basically. We need like a relationship with H Corp, one of the most richest corps. So yeah, makes sense. Working for the Olympus Company. Well, I am glad that I took Foss' advice about how meticulous planning and completely pointless when it comes to LCB missions. I never would have had to submit 9 separate disciplinary incident reports back during the J Corp incident, had I known. Foss is always right. I believe I should be able to explain this further. Prior to his departure, my lord was concerned with such a thing would come to pass. That's why he left us. That's why he has left Zulu and I here to look after the new family hierarchy position, which must still be on a rather thin ice. Oh, that's why they were probably talking about when we pulled him aside. Doing nothing and allowing her wicked machinations to progress will have irrevocably whatever, made the entire board of directors not but putty in the Yichun's hands. And that would have led that snake to de facto assume the seat of the family hawk. Against such an insidious foe who wields an intrigue as her weapon, the most viable strategy is the most direct one, to challenge her head on. Besides, has this not given you the excuse you need to prolong your company stay in Dagwon? This is also a prime opportunity for Jia Shichun to further solidify her influence here, depending on the outcome of the vote of no confidence. They have played right into our hands by accepting this deal. So, I don't want it to rain on everyone's parade, but are we not going to consider what might happen if we fail? No, we are not, because you will not fail. Not with us in your efforts. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, alright. Also, were you serious back there when you said that we were all going to teach Yushin? All 12 of us? I won't object on selecting only a few members with better aptitude to be educators. By the way, we already have established internal hierarchy based on the sum of each of our abilities. Of course, the results were entirely to my satisfaction, but due to unexpected incidents. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Miss Otis, that is a statement mired in a narrow version. Bruh, I can never translate fucking he's saying, man. Miss Otis, that is a statement mired in narrow vision rife with factual refactions. I am of the stance that the qualities of a good teacher are defined not by such statistics. So, you must be the one who placed the lastness. Fucking saw right through his little insecurity. Just don't say anything, bud. Best not to stand out like a sore thumb. I may have overreacted then. My lord has said that from the virtuous we may learn to replicate their merits. From the flawed we may learn to avoid their failings. As long as the student is willing to learn, anything can be a teacher. I also, to embrace this teaching, seek from all those who we have come across. Just in the heavens. What? Just what in the heavens are you doing? I'm preparing a lesson plan for young Shishun, our family hawk. Wow, you sure got on that fast. Drink some water. Wow, you sure got on that fast. So, what are these yellow warming things here? Aha, this is a star. Twinkle, twinkle in its radiance. According to this schedule you have prepared, the students will have a negative 3 hours available for sleep. This lesson plan's execution will require cooperation from T Corp. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be a mistake, most fatal indeed. I shall correct this post haste. Zagan was staring at Don Quixote's expression of her wild artistic merit upon the curriculum with her usual crescent moon eyes. Wait, is that supposed to be Wong's grimace? Of course. Each to their own, I suppose. I need not to be shaken by every little thing until we have the actual lesson plans in hand. Hey, thanks for putting your fate within us, Zagong. We barely have any of that to go around ourselves, so I understand it couldn't have been easy. You could say that I have learned my lesson. In recent events, fucking hell. The recent events have taught me that the path of learning is truly one without end. Okay. Trying to find a voice for everybody. I think I got some people down, but it's been a while. I see that y'all have individually worked on your lesson plan as per Zakon's request. Oh. Oh, love it. She's fucking cute. A little bit. Okay. Little buddy. But okay. Oh, she's actually fucking hot. Like, really hot. I've received a total of 12 lesson plans. Hold on. Shouldn't there be 13 of them? Even the executive manager has decided to spare their precious time to teach a class. Yeah. I handed in my lesson plan too. That is because... so then, who didn't do the homework? After a brief silence, everyone turned around and looked at one of the sinners. Heathcliff. Oh no! Of course it's Heathcliff, man. He's just gonna wing it. He's just gonna wing it. He has to. I think that's Heathcliff. It ain't me. Oh. Oh. Oh shit. Fuck. Oh please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else other than you could it possibly? It's me. Oh, aren't you like the class president kind of vibe? You know, aren't you like the I don't think class president, but you'll be like top of the class, you know? Your homework, Sinclair. What the fuck? You, Sink? You've been acting out of character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's Sinclair was drenched in sweat for some reason. Actually, in Sinclair's seat was a large stack of papers, each filed to the brim with writing. Sinclair, are these papers? Dude, I'm done. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, he is the class. He is top of his class. What the fuck? Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan, and I couldn't just stop myself from writing. So Sinclair couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed that big herd of sweaty, soaked papers into Zilu's hand. Ill? She received it with mild trepidation. You seem to have dedicated quite the momentous effort in drawing up this lesson plan. What's up with her? Let's start viewing from the first of the stack. 108. Analytical approaches to aesthetic. What does AAA mean? Ryoshu? How do you plan to approach? How do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month? Oh, Declare. Whoa, Declare. Goddamn. Okay, the fucking little. Okay. Appreciative artistry and assassinations. Oh, he's translating for Ryoshu. F you. Went too far. Right, sorry. I think he kind of like tried to mimic her a bit. Flip a page and continue reading for those 108 approaches. What paint did you use? It's quite vicious and the paper has partially melted. What the fuck? Lady, watch yourself. You almost got some of that on my arm. Painting. Oh. Zulu? Entrails? Coating the world? What the fuck are you doing, Ryoshu? What the fuck? Now you know how we aesthetics. Hold on, let me make sure I have the word pronounced right. Like Ryoshu, we use that a lot.
Aesthetes.
Aesthetes. Okay, aesthetes. Pretty sure it's just art related character. People that's like love art and whatnot. Now I know how aesthetes appreciate the artistry of slaughter. Just what the hell did you paint in that paper? She painted the same thing that she fucking described in J Corp with those fucking thugs. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she just painted that. Hey, just what the hell did you paint in that paper? Hey, get it together. Zeta stumbled briefly. Whoever on the paper must have given her quite the shock. My mind wandered for a moment. This is too dangerous to be used for a lesson. Thus it goes to the discard pile. Weak sauce. Weak sauce? What the fuck? Who are you? Weak sauce. Zeta crumpled the paper without hesitation and tossed it out of sight. Next. Intro to societal reintegration. Impressive title. Chapter 1. How to shake hands with your left hand when the situation calls for it. Huh? Trigger? Chapter 2. Exploration of exclusively long sleeve fashion and practices. Chapter 3. Projecting confidence and why having a bug arm is totally cool. So fucking lame, Gregor. I fucking love it. That's you know how it is. Be proud of who you are. All that philosophy stuff. I wanted this lesson to give a bit of paradigm shift, where we can all come to see our flaws not as failings, but as evidence of our individuality, which will usher in a world where we can carry on with our lives, no matter what kind of arm we have. It's just insecurities, man. I'm so insecure with his arm. Discard. Next. Zeta quickly flipped through the pages. Intro to denigrative linguistics. Subheading. The power of words. Sticks and stones may break their bones, so let's add words to the pile. It sounds like fucking left a little bit, but also sounds like Ishmael. Oh, Otis. Oh, okay. Oh, he could use such words, actually. My credentials include the ability to dress down an opponent so hard that they fall to their knees and beg me to stop. Huh? I have plans for application as well. The lesson teaches methods of pertaining to disguising compliments and criticisms and vice versa. Huh? Interesting, huh? Disguising compliments and criticism and vice versa. Coming from Otis. Oh, interesting. Oh, here I was ready to write your obituary. Chapter 1. His name probably wasn't Mr. Moo. The end. Some people into that Otis. Careful. Oh, yeah, I'll be careful. Yeah, I kind of died for a bit. I came back to life, though, so I'm kind of fine. But it took a while. I was not going to miss another interval. I was not going to miss an interval. Like, I was not. I couldn't do that. I had to get back into the vibe, you know? I do love Otis, though. All of this seems rather difficult to learn. I've concluded that from my what? What? Alright, hold on, give me a second. Learn new words with fucking Limbus. Like, who writes this shit, man?
Hitherto.
Hitherto? Oh. Okay. I'm just dumb. Oh yeah, I see the new updates. So the Arc Knights collab. I didn't really get much of the details though, but the Arc Knight collab is coming up soon. Well, next, I guess. And then the Mirror Dungeon. Additional floors for the Mirror Dungeon? Huh? That's a little crazy in my opinion. 15 floors? 15. I'm a little shocked they just added more floors. If there's anything else, I'm not really particularly sure. Yeah. MD hard, infinite extreme, if you will. MDHIE. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Like, yeah. I like Mirror Dungeon. I have no issues with Mirror Dungeon, but 15 floors. What? That's a bit much. Oh yeah, hold on. Before that, let me do this one more time.
Hitherto.
Hitherto, there you go. I've concluded from my hitherto observations that Jia Chishun is an individual of great promise in this field. Can't even imagine. But I do want like a new game mode with Olympus. And this is probably like this. You know, I do like this Indevelo because I already know what this Indevelo is kind of like. It's like Uno Musume in a way. And I think that's really cool. They're adding like these kind of mini games into Intervelos. But honestly, I kind of just want Rare Way to come back. Oh no, Uma. Oh. I wouldn't mind that, honestly. If they somehow interpolate Uma into mirror dungeons where you have to like train your character throughout the mirror dungeon and to get stronger. Ultra mega, oh, just ultra mega awesome, yeah. Ultra mega awesome. Like I would kind of like a mirror dungeon where your characters level up throughout the mirror dungeon. That's my kind. That's like my kind of idea, where they, you don't start up with like super strong characters. They kind of level up a bit and get like they learn their abilities. They uptie when you things like that. You have to uptie them yourself for the next mirror dungeon stage stuff. That'd be cool. But yeah, 15 floors. Yeah. Follow my instructions to a T, and I guarantee you that this candidate shall be able to have an upper hand in any verbal confrontations. Is this a curriculum to make the best brawler or the family hierarch or the best family hierarch out of me? You seem quite interested, but Jia Jishun vehemently vetoed, eventually overruled the suggestion. On Justice, another impressive title. Justice, subheading, Methodologies of captivating and tiring of preoccupied audience. Discard. Done. Pie on D. Wait there for. That's it. Next. Practice of ego splitting concerning intermirror conflict between the self and reflection and paradoxic ally fracture theorem of idealism, in which one attempts to open an unopening door to open the door. Huh? Lost? Utterly incomprehensible. Discard. You're saying, oh, okay. I don't think it was like one of them. It had to be fossil. Well, what were you doing, you saying? What was that? Praxis of ego splitting concerning intermirror conflict between the self and the reflection. Oh yeah, of course, you're saying the reflection. Paradoxically fractured theory of idealism. Of course, idealism. Which one attempts to open an unopening door to open the door? Brother Christ. Okay. Survival and exploration. That's really simple. Stuff. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. No, Ishmael. Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to sweep trouble under the rug while the team leader isn't looking. Someone ignored my advice that we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. Finally, I've narrowed them down to 3 culprits. Wait, I forgot to take that part out. Who the fuck? Who did this? Who did that? I love how they're just fucking clowns. They're all just fucking clowns. I love it. It's just a clown car, a clown bus, and into the shredder it went. When did that paper shredder get here? The art of using yawning as a cover for popping a cookie or two in your mouth, especially useful when getting lectured. Hey, if you get good enough at it, you can do that with nuts too. Brother. Can't possibly imagine who would have drawn in there. Possibly imagine who would draw in there for it. It has to be Dawn, right? Like surely Dawn? Like surely Dawn? Well, Dawn? Yeah? Who will draw this fucking Godzilla? Wait, so are we just gonna use Sinclair's packs of papers? Like his stack of papers? Is that why Sinclair's so important in this content? I know it's like he has all his IDs there that gives the bonus. Huh. Okay. Aha. So it was you who made those crunchy noises in our last meetings. What? Nah, do you take me for an amateur? The art of social maneuvers. How to let it flow through you. How to not make things awkward when you walk right in somebody's bad mouth. Walk right in when someone's about bad... Blah, 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 blah. When someone... Fuck. How to not make things awkward when you walk right in on someone bad mouthing you. The most important part of this art is the flash and freshy smile in a way that looks earnest. It helps when you convince yourself that smiling is what brings good fortune. Smiles have a way of disarming people. That's very true, actually. Giving them a pause and making them hesitate. I remember that. Big Bro used that technique to confuse a lot of Danguan people who hated him. I see. This. I can't quite bring myself to drill this into the shredder. Next. How to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received. God, I just love her fucking design. It's so pretty. Anyways, next, how to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received. Oh yeah. The lesson plan was designed based on Rodia's advice that I must prioritize strengths that are unique to myself. Look, in my defense, I didn't know he was considered that to be his unique strength, okay? Let's consider whether standing in complete stillness for a week is a quality I might seek in the family hierarch. This one is certainly interesting. What separates bravado from bravery? Jack shite, sod off, and grab your weapons. Yep. Always gotta read that full print. Always gotta read the full print. It's my philosophy. It's my philosophy that reason... Wait, what? It's my philosophy that reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows. Martial proudness is indeed an indispensable part of the family heart qualities, but our focus is not on developing a hierarch of a syndicate. Next, information disparity as a driver of inequitable treatment. Oh, that's actually the most interesting sounding one so far. And application of engineering frameworks. What am I missing? Okay, it's kind of losing me. I'm still on board. Fast? For systematic resolution in rational self-interest, Gesellschaft, driven societies, and is it still going? That was 1/5 of the full title. Oh no. It seems that the same trouble has hindered both you and I. Every word in that title was added for its absolute necessity. Indeed. Ideal. After she had gone through the majority of our lesson plans, finally, now that we've... Oh, that's over. Yes, it's finally my turn. Sinclair sighed with the gravitas of someone who has just been bestowed with the most important mission in his life. Thinking back, even back in school, I used to daydream about becoming a teacher myself. I thought I could be good at it. So I guess you could say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. I call my lesson the theory on self-overcoming. We have to accept that everyone stumbles at first, but by always striving to be a better person than I was yesterday. Hey, but what if I like who I was yesterday more? Aw, Rhodia. You're spiraling. You'll know what to do. That's okay. Everyone has a unique potential sleeping deep inside. So with everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities. How to always shoot higher. Hold on, you had me for a second there. What's up with acting like you're infinitely more enlightened person than I am? Ah, of course. I prepared a speaking class where you can learn how to speak with modesty too. Oh, what the? I never would have imagined Sinclair would be this into it. Yeah, too bad he's so into it that he's not even listening to what she's saying. Following that, your company, it seems that Zilu has completed her review. Oh, I see. Oh, I see now. How's everything going, everyone? Class prep going well? Oh, my colloquium most especially. Okay, so that's a no. That was Saudi impression upon taking a quick glance at Don Quixote, who was sobbing and cradling the shredded pieces of her lesson plan in her hands. Well, it wasn't a complete bust, at least. Sinclair's lesson plan survived. Phew. Mr. Gong, Miss Saudi, I prepared a few 30 days worth of lesson plans. Bro, he did everything. Would you like to take a look? Mr. Gong and Saudi weren't looking at dozens of lesson plans Sinclair presented so proudly before their eyes. They were looking away. Gong, especially, was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pity. Oh. So he doesn't know. Would you mind explaining this, Zulu? I could not bring myself to tell him. Apologies. So this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lessons plans on his own. I see. Weakness has found its way to your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. However, it has been decided that Sinclair will not be participating as one of the Jishan's teachers. Or should I call you pupil, Sinclair, to be exact? Oh, okay. What the fuck? That's gotta be a mistake, right? Isn't Jishan the pupil here? No. There haven't been any mistakes. My lord has specifically instructed that you are to learn from this as well. Huh? Okay. What? Seriously? Okay. This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. Now look at this. Now this looks like a proper classroom. It would have felt pretty dang empty with just Yushin sitting there, all her own. Don't you think? Besides, I bet Sink, the resident expert on going to schools, right? School is a luxury for me, yeah. You know? Yeah, maybe. But that doesn't mean I want to go back to school. You should learn to be grateful. I don't dole out my teachings to just anyone. Don't forget that we have to redo the whole lesson plan under their supervision. Otis, you always get on your own soapbox and try to lecture everyone about something every single battle anyway. And you Ishmael, you always get hyperfixated on something. Once you find something interesting, you never stop talking about it for 3 hours at least, and obsession. I want to ensure that you receive the best education I can provide, Sinclair. Hold on, Yi-sang. I thought we were underdog duo, remember? During the checkup? When I said, we got this? We're going to get this together. Yi-sang is a fucking dog. Yi-sang's a dog, man. He's trying to climb up any way he can. He doesn't want to be last. Oh shit. He looks so annoyed here. I love Sinclair's little confidence, you know. Like he's not confidence, but he's much more feistier. The evaluation painted a twisted picture on the true scale of strength, the sole measure of which erroneously relied entirely on physical might. I shall not hesitate to impart my knowledge for those who require education. He's trying to get his little piece of the pie. I'm smarter, so I'm higher. I'm better. Congratulations, my lady. You have found yourself a deskmate, what some also call a bestie. Oh, what the fuck? I had a bestie once. And she was pretty cool. A bestie. Depending on desk placement. Oh. What the fuck is this? It's actually so cute. She seems happy. Deskmate? Bestie? What the heck does any of that mean? Well, she's just lost. Oh, the eyes are innocent. Huh? Jishin's eyes widened with confusion, as though she just heard those words for the first time in her life. When I first met her, she was 16. She explained to me that she hadn't attended any schools like institutions. This is par for the course for children of Hongyan, who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hierarch. The reason being that schools can be a perfect place to assassinate someone. Well, so deskmates and besties? Sinclair began to explain, seemingly resigned to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month with the other sinners as his teachers. Usually sit next to each other and help one another out. A bestie might nudge the other awake if they doze off, share their homework with one another. If one forgot to do theirs, they usually end up being included with the best memories of each other's school time. I agree. So not very important at all, huh? I think I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie. It may come a few years late, but I am moved that my lady finally has a chance to an experience in school. Same here. I remember like yesterday, Jishin would sit and watch other kids walk to school from a distance. Tears welling in her eyes. Aw. Dude! Oh, that reminds me. One day, out of nowhere, she started saying something about eating from lunchboxes with friends. I had a clue on as to how or when she heard about it, but she snuck into the kitchens and... Wait, don't you guys have lessons plans to write? Come on, hurry up. 30 days are ticking down. We only got 30 days. Of course. Unfortunately, I've become quite occupied with another task of great importance, assisting Wei with indexing and reviewing various documents that are in critical need of organizing. Thus, I must leave the lesson planning task to you, Zilu, and Miss Sadi. Have you any thoughts on the matter? Slacker. What was that? I said nothing. It's so nice because it's like when you have like coworkers and you kind of just like work with them and like for the first month or so, you see everyone just all work focus, you know, and seeing these characters like in their fucking pajamas or some shit, you see who they really are. Like this really makes Zulu feels like a much, well, she just makes you feel like a person, you know. Besides the last part with her and that Ford Mustang dude, I forgot his name, Li Hang. Yeah, that was really good for her character, but not I could kind of just see her, you know. I could see Zulu as a person. That's nice. Zulu and Sadi appear to have aged several years overnight. Their faces sunken and shallow. Finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies and various statistical data available to us regarding each center, we managed to come up with an appropriate curriculum. Miss Zulu? Apologies. Sleep deprivation has relieved me of a clear mind. The path of an educator is truly a grueling one. Marching to battle would be much easier. Still, thanks to Mr. GSU's methodology you shared, we have managed to find a way to make this quite efficient. Efficient, huh? To be a true family hierarch, there are dozens, hundreds of virtues one must understand and master. However, to do so in 30 days, as promised, is an implausible effort. Thus, we have categorized the countless virtues into 3 supercategories. They are called... Well... what are these supposed to be? Ji, Yang, Ren. Ren? Hunter Center? Ji, wisdom. The wise lose neither people nor words. To hold one's silence in need of speech shall cost them people. To speak in this need of silence shall cost them words. A reasonable sequence of logic. Yang, courage, the ability to overcome fear, act decisively. Have too much of it, and risk becoming a brute. Have too little, and risk becoming a craven. It needs harmony and balance. So how far are we allowed to go with corporal punishment again? I recall no instance of any discussion regarding corporal punishment. And Ren, humanity, is the benevolence of the heart, the compass of behavior that dictates towards every human. Clearly, most faculties of the school are severely lacking in 3 of your criteria. How do you think you'll be able to teach the students anything? Yeah, like a certain someone who needs a lesson in Ren. Are you sure I'm in good hands? Just what the heck am I supposed to learn here? Where's Wei? Mr. Wei and Zagong are currently preoccupied with handling the momentum task of paperwork. Alright, Mr. Wei wanted me to deliver this message to you. Be strong, my lady. Wei! Despite her protestations, the 30 days of classes commenced. How does this work? So where's the... Okay. You're saying the ideal teacher. The goal in this game mode is to raise the main stat, Xing, Yang, and Ren, as high as possible over the course of 30 days. Each class specializes in different stats, and some classes may raise or lower the students' morale values. Okay. Aside from the days with fixed classes, you can choose up to 3 classes per day. The variety of selected classes grows as the day goes on. Am I gonna try Silk Song? I think I will. I think I'll also play the first Silk Song as well. Because I never played the first Silk Song. I just didn't. But I think it will. This second game coming out. Why not? I'm also curious on the hype about it. I'm just curious how good it is. No. I also never played like a platformer kind of game. Also a bit. Yeah, I'll try it. I'm fighting you now for calling it the first Silk Song. My bad. What was it called again? Wasn't Silk Song, but it was the... What's the original game? First one. Hollow Knight, there you go. Silk Song 1. Hollow Knight 2. I'm gonna try Hollow Knight first. Silk Song comes out this year, I know that for a fact, but I'm not sure what time exactly. Let me take a look at it. I'll probably just play it after I play this. Number 4. Oh, shit. What? Oh, I thought it was coming like next month. $20. I'll probably play after I finish this. I'll do Silk Song. This always takes priority for me. Hey, it came out of nowhere. It was like announced in the last Gamescom, which is like not too long ago at all. Why Arknights collab doesn't come next? Oh, probably so. Probably so. It'll be kind of smart of. Gives me more time at least. I only have like 10k lunacy, and I don't want to. You know, I want more. I need more. Days. Damn, 3 days. I was hoping it'll be on. But no. I could definitely stream. Probably Friday's a bet. Friday, Thursday. Friday, Thursday. Classes can either end in success or failure. A successful class will greatly increase the amount of stat gained, but a failed class will greatly reduce the amount of stat gained. Yeah. High morale results in a higher chances class. That's basically Uma. Elsa's releasing the same day as well? Oh, what the fuck? Really? Oh yeah, it is. That's a lot of games. Like, oh. I'm fucked on Lucy though. Did a Rose on Hong and you sang when it came out. Ah shit. No regrets though. I got Hong 30 rolls and you sang 50 with a while ago. Two announcers. One being a dupe. Maybe fucked on rolls for Arknights. I haven't really played Arknights to be honest. I'm not really too crazy about Arknights. But I do want to like at least get an ego or something from it, you know? I'm just curious on what they're gonna release. I'm curious on how much they're gonna release. So I just want something from it. I might try Arknights Enfield, but I just don't. I'm not crazy. I'll try it for sure though. Not crazy into it. It's 4 egos. Oh, it's just 4 egos. There's no IDs. Ah. It's Oz, Ish, and Gregor and Hong. Oh, I'll just see. I want at least. Kristen. I also don't like. I don't really like Gregor's Eagles. The only eagle I really like is Walpurgis one. Those eagles aren't crazy. Hope it gets good. I'm looking for Otis. I just like Otis. Been liking Otis more and more lately. Otis, Ish, Gregor, and for just 4 egos. That's pretty nice. Wait, how's this gonna work? Is this gonna be like a Walpurgis thing, or is this gonna be just? I just like Greg. Greg is he's just an all-around great fucking guy. I love Greg. Yeah, it's a full intervallo, right? Yeah, so That means all this stuff is gonna stay then. All the eagles and whatnot. It's just gonna sit in the dispenser. Nope. Oh. Fuck you. Fuck. Truly limited, they said. Ah, shit. Alright, then. I gotta see the eagles. I gotta see eagles and just, I'll determine how much I want. How much I'll spend. Truly limited. Collab. I think collab. They made a whole interval. This guy must really love Arcanite. Kim. So I'll probably aim for like 2. Oh, true. Event rewards. They surely have to have 1 event reward. Oh, that's also really nice. A ticket, yeah. Like they gotta give 1 for free. There's no way they don't. Surely they don't. Gotcha. Like, I guess you gotta see. Class combos are class combinations that give maximum class to take over a combo you can. Exoderm genius. All the skill combos. Classes in class. I'm not. Well, this is. Oh, this is not about Pergus after as well. Ah, fuck. I'll probably just take maximum 2 egos. I'll try to at least aim for 2. If I get 2, I'm just gonna chill out. Because Walpurgis is gonna be sometime after that, and then it's gonna be Ryoshi's Kanto. So I still gotta save for Walpurgis. Oh shit. I think they probably get some money out of me this. Probably spend a little for Walpurgis if I don't have enough for. I heard it's like a librarian. So I'm curious on what. Maybe they might use the other queens. Like, you know, cute hatred. Make a class give XP. Once the class XP has been maxed out, the class will be upgraded to the next level. Making higher level classes will yield more stat increases. Please note, yeah, this is Uma. This is literally just fucking Uma. My brother loves Uma, so I started playing with him. And literally kind of like Uma. Raising too long, advance beyond a specific level, or upgrading class to a certain level, enhancements are applied separately to Shin and Sinclair. Okay, got it. So that's why. Because he actually trains there. On certain dates, combat counts may acquire in place of classes. Counters are. Okay, so that's cute. My guy's face. Nice little shirt. So just you're saying. Right now. I haven't learned combos yet. Fatal slashing. Don't. This is the same girl I had before. I actually like this. A sprite as well. Name is Yuseng. That is all. The class I prepared for the day. I've heard plenty about your mirror tech. Makes me wonder, going by the level of advancement in that technology, can you have approached it from a different angle? Bad eyes. You know how technology advancements usually goes? People invent for the sake of creation, only to have their inventions Definitely warped into weapons of destruction. Indeed, show much promise already. As you surmise now, the mirror has in the past been almost been employed to shatter possibilities instead of reflecting them. I'm sure that's the angle most others wanted to see happen. Removal of potential risks sounds much more palpable than potential itself. Some people, after all. Correct again. Destruction was a word that bore too much suffering from my heart. My sole egress from it was abandonment for my quondam. Quondam? I think it's easy to pronounce, I guess. But what the fuck does quondam mean? Once? Hey, hello. Once, sometimes, at one time. Well, you're saying, what are you doing? What is the English language doing? Hold on, I'll pronounce
Quondam.
Quondam. Actually heard that before. Quondam. Still, what? My sole regress from it was abandonment of my quondam fellows and my life works, making myself a fugitive from the past. How did you bring yourself to just abandon it all? I conversed. With who? With myself. Lies within me. As you are aware, the mirror reflection extends beyond the veils of our own reality. It reflects the potentialities, the latent strength in the world. Yet, even among them, the reflections of the greatest importance is that of itself. Let not the innumerable worlds of the mirror enchant your gaze. First, one must direct their studies inward and reflect upon oneself. I would love to have a mirror technology. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. Look at this guy. Okay. Jushin has grown. 4 young, 4 Z, 18 Ren. Snicker has grown. Yep. Now if you're prepared, do explain what you see in the mirror. You need a haste. For some reasons, you shouldn't appear to hesitate before the mirror. Hey, you know, it's been a while since I looked into the mirror for so long. Lady, you recall Sunzen of the Shi family who contracted you for a meeting? Yeah, the guy who said he was gonna show me a precious flower that blooms only at night. I remember that you were vehemently against me going out there, so I stayed inside. I wonder what that kind of flower was. Don't tell me we're actually looking forward to meeting him, lady. Oh, of course not. We're wise to stay inside. It was revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited, my lady. That vile man had hired a group of assassins to ambush their meeting spot, and I would have been waiting there to spring the trap had you gone. But apparently, he was outplayed and had his limbs and head torn off. Punishment. What a relief, isn't it? Punishment, yeah? I guess. I'm glad it didn't go away. You were right. If only you still had the Wu branch under your control. Stop it. We all agreed to move on from that, remember? We don't have to talk about it. Aw. I was brushing my hair and looked into the mirror when we was talking, but I realized that I no longer recognize the girl in the mirror. I don't know why, but I just found it so hard to meet her eyes. But I brushed it off because I had to. An experience like that wasn't going to be a common occurrence anyway. My family hierarch was always looming over the horizon. Perhaps what you felt then may have been shame. Though it's paramount to face oneself nonetheless. Nay, especially if it was... And Claire, what do you see? Just yourself it was. I am. I see. Well, I just see myself smiling. I don't see what's. I don't see what's so out of the ordinary. But it seemed like Sinclair couldn't really bring himself to face the mirror. Hey, after what we just discussed, I think I understand something now. Now that I have some quiet time looking at my reflection, I think I uncovered a part of myself I had hidden away for a long time. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. Ren, where else though? I learned how to be true to myself in the mirror. Okay. Class, metaphysical approach to ego and reflected world. Level up to expert. More XP from that. Oof. Wonder what he would have seen. Also, poor Sinclair having his clone ripped out of him. Never be a teacher. Yeah. Always wanted to be a teacher. Oh. Passionate Entrymon. Fix your tails. Oh. Uh-huh. I see. I'll add the class here, right? Okay. Yeah. So life basically just changed. Could just been a regular guy with, as a teacher. Now he's a sinner. Is it true that this station of teaching is prone to endue one with a sense of bashfulness? Sinclair and Sishan both sat with a bit of apprehension as well, which is understandable given what Saudi told them some time before. The lesson started. Oh, I think. Yeah, what would they would have seen her? Otis, who's been glaring daggers at Don Quixote for a good while, finally decided to voice her doubts to Saudi. So, what is Don Quixote, that woman, supposed to teach? That woman? Have you not considered that her usual flippancy might only cause more trouble than it's worth? You worry too much, Otis. While she may not look it, Don Quixote is extremely well versed in those adventure tales. And why would any of that matter? Have you yourself considered that fixers often appear when history is in the making? Let us see here. Don Quixote took a second to savor the moment as though she had been preparing her whole life for it, and then continue. Amongst the greatest fixers whose honored names were engraved in history, verily, let us commence this lesson with a tale of Fixer Yufei. The tale beginneth in the year. Sometime later. Are you done? Just how can she continue to talk at such length? She's been going for ages. Does come at the time to test thy dedication to this class, and the knowledge that should naturally come with it. A pop quiz, if thou will. When did she find time to prepare this? What the fuck is going on? Oh. I know this is. I can assure thee that it's a quiz entirely reasonable difficulty. I assure thee, this is a quiz of entirely reasonable difficulty if thou hast paid attention in class. Worry thee not. Does this pop quiz have prizes? But of course. I came prepared with such inquiries. For each correct answer I shall bestow upon thee from the very treasure chest of mine. What? These precious fixer badges for suit. I did not let a single day go by in which I did not polish each and every one of them on separate occasions of, at least, the very least. 3 separate occasions. I don't know. I really don't need them. Well, dying applause. For there's a bonus award for the victor who, by the end of this match, carries the more badges. Thou shalt attain the role of protagonist in thy theatrical play of my making, Picture Chronicles, Yufei. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Still not really. It's not doing anything for either of us. It's still pretty useless reward, but if you're turning this into a competition, I won't lose. Seriously? What, scared you lose? That, hold on. Hold on. What? Scared you lose? You lose. Is history your weakness or something? I know that I was teacher pet in every single history class I took. Not the most gracious flex. The teacher's pet. I know that I was, no matter the subject, showered with praise from every master I ever had. Okay, if that's how you want to play. I'll have you know that I was a prodigy in other classes too. I did great in art classes, pretty good in math too. I was just being humble. Just because I didn't want to steal your thunder, Jishin. Oh, then let me tell you that I was trained in the mastery of at least 10 different disciplines every single day. And one of those days, and on one of those days, you know what one of my masters told me? He said, oh, now there are kids. What the fuck? Looks like Miss Jishun finally gets a feel of how friendship close in age are forged in school. That's good. No matter how excellent her masters were, there's some experiences you just can't learn from teachers. I TikToked in response. Yeah. This year, 505. What is the historical community consensus on the most illustrious battle that Fixer Yufei is said to have partaken in? Allow me to impart to thee a major clue. If thou hadst paid attention in the discourse of the 5 pillages, in which of the Fixer Yufei was mentioned, this should have not been a difficult question to answer. The honorable Fixer of Cerulean Heaven, who attained triumph in the Battle of the Rhino Tree in the years 465, had said what was the worst ordeal she had faced in her career? I've got it. It's when she had to forge onward, despite watching her dear comrades fall one by one, as they held the line to buy her time. Ah, damn it, I was so slow. Fei Young Shishun, thou incorrect. Ah, fuck. Ah. Honorable Fixer of the Syrian Heaven is recorded to have testified that the worst ordeal in her career was when she was forced to stand before her enemies with hair that was not luscious, as supply line breakage, causing her regular delivery of nutritious supplements to cease. What thou hast to suggest, young Shishun, was her 17th most difficult ordeal. 17th, what the fuck? Okay. She's speaking like she was actually there. That impression is quite understandable, for I am trained in the ways of vivid regaling these tales, but most of these tales I've learned from books. Much I did anticipate an opportunity to regale the tales of such an audience, enough to study the ways of the minstrels. Oh my god. There was a clear look of pride in her twinkling eyes. Oh no. Utterly absorbed in the exhilarating tales of the Fixers. I even forgot to breathe at one point. Was this Power Rangers? Oh no, it's Power Rangers. More Ren, okay. What was the secret technique Honorable Fixer, Lysander, employed in his resolution of the case of the Fey Force? Speak his name in full. Fey Force, like oh. I've got it. It's a Summer Night Fantasia. Yeah, I cannot let pass such an unmotivated retelling of this super ultimate move. Hardly could I want to internalize the true noble Fixer, but simply reciting it with such apathy. Thou must recreate the exact pose in the... Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. You can do this, Shun. You can do this. This is nothing. Oh, fuck. Oh. Illusions of midsummer night shall devour the whole. He is finished. She's in tears. Summer night fantasia. Dying nation was quite shaken upon the word illusions, yet thou hast demonstrated sufficient courage. Thus is bestowed upon thee dispatch. I grow tired of this nonsense. Just how much longer are you gonna plan to drag this on? Well, she won the competition, now she's annoyed. Thus muttered the hero, then declared, I shall tear this evil storm asunder and find a place for this blade at the center of thy heart. Dante, lights, left side. Gotcha. Don Quixote was watching Sinclair and Jimmy two-person play, suddenly wiped her tears away. Bravo. Certain minor details were missed, such as Yufei and the fixture was left-handed, and that he had a habit of playing with a lighter in his left pocket before every duel. Yeah, this was a wonderful reenactment indeed. I have no other critique to impart thee. When faced with great adversary in thine adventures, rekindle the memory of Yufei in the fixer's final duel. Remember it well. It's coming to an end, the lesson of today. Huh. It was just for a moment, but I'm starting to get it. I get why she's so obsessed with fixers. Clutched tightly in Shishan's hand with the badges Don Quixote had gifted to her. Yeah. Yes. Day 3. I don't understand how this works. Okay. Maybe go through the. Should be a combo, surely. Get brave. Okay. There we go again. Boom. This is the component part taken from the structure that forms H-Corp. This may prove to be an opportunity to conduct an in-depth analysis on the nature of the former H-Corp singularity, which I've been enduring for such a long time. Huh. Look kind of upbeat today, Miss Foss. Indeed, an opportunity to study the old H-Corp singularity is not one that comes often. Thank God Foss is speaking next, because Don Quixote just had me out of breath. Like, roleplaying Don Quixote just hurts. After a certain amount of time. Holy shit. As there was potential for integration into Mephistopheles, I made a request to assemble a part of the bus engine, but it was denied. A shame. Aren't you the one who built Mephistopheles? God, I just suck at saying that word. Don't Faust? Miss Faust? Mephistopheles is indeed Faust's work, but not all of it was mine. It is possible that Faust may never reveal every small detail that went into his creation. I'll very much enjoy a chance to completely assemble it. Even its engines, so that it could be reassembled with my own hands. I guess the engines was created with somebody else. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, combo. Oh, shit. Hold on. What the fuck? Stacking C and then also. This is associate encyclopedia for dummies. Nice. That's how it works. I didn't think this is how I'd get to learn more about the old H-Corp. I don't think I can do much against the reconstruction days, right now, but this knowledge will certainly come in handy when the day comes for me to gradually dismantle the inquidious thing. Day when Hong On can be replaced where people can live without fear. Without the fear of the encroaching reconstruction days, without obsessively counting their rooms to see if they fall or not. Until Hongyan can be a place where you can sleep with promise of safe tomorrows. I'm sure I'm sure you'll pull it off. Oh, and I learned a lot during this lesson too, Miss Faust. Oh, exploded. The first boom was just her putting it on the table. The second one is just an actual explosion. Oh no. Both our eyes just playing through the. Oh. The voltage have been set too high. Repeat an experiment with a different combination of fuse and wires. There was supposed to be a lesson somewhere in there, right? A lot of Ren. That's set right. Morale up, nice. A4. I'm guessing each one of these leads into a fight. Guessing. I'm not sure how much days we're gonna be spending here. Huh. Who will have a connection? Henchman and Wartails. I feel like Wartails and Don Quixote would fit as well. And because okay, Don Quixote shouldn't be used this often. Because she's a morale boost. It's quite the morale boost. But I'm questioning this though. Is how would morale work? It's not like Uma, which tells you a percentage. It's like if it goes lower, it's like percentage of 80% chance of success, I'm assuming. Which is still dangerous on its own. Let's do Don Quixote for now. I want to see if she has more tails and fix her tails. Unlike some other classes, I should have picked Faust though. Oh well. Unlike some other classes, which were more on the upbeat side of things, the room air felt grim and solemn as soon as everyone saw what Gregor had written on the chalkboard. On war. Losing a winged war leaves a much longer lasting impact than some medium-sized enterprise closing up shop. It might be too soon to talk about this, but we came pretty darn close to one recently, didn't we? We were this close to a large-scale war breaking out right here, which would have happened if Mr. Shun were here failed to finish her ascension. It would have spread like wildfire too. So my class is going to be about what exactly happens when a war. Oh. The chalk slipped from Gregor's fingers as he went scribbling something on the board. His left hand was trembling as though the room temperature had plummeted only for him. Kind of going into his past, and he's kind of. Why's gotta. Excuse me, Miss Sulu. Is it okay if I smoke? Interesting. I wonder if Gregor's gonna have like a good moment in Old Counter. I feel like his arm kind of serves as a bit of a key. Stuck into his past one. I act up. But go ahead. You good? Well, when else am I gonna get a chance to share the realities of war right? The Wing Chief Executive Officer face. Huh. The moments that just don't come off your skin, no matter how hard you scrub at them. Hey, take a break if you need it. I'm going to listen to every word you have to say here today, no matter how long it takes. Man, do I appreciate that sentiment. Well, still though, I can't dilly-dally when Missy Shun got other stuff to deal with, huh? So let's take a look at how things were at the very beginning of the Wing War. Now I know enough about urban and trench warfare to give an explanation of my own. Okay. Young. And that's why the Smoke War fronts were mostly characterized by trench warfare. No one wanted to risk fighting in concrete jungles where it could be surrounded by enemies all times. Everyone tried to draw each other out to the open field battle. It eventually turned into trench warfare. Of course, every wing has different singularities, but this isn't really applicable into all cases. It's just that the former G-Corp found flat plains easier to maneuver in. I feel like Dengguan can make a pretty good use for Hongguan as a defensive fortress. Especially for the eternal structure constantly shifting about, which Heisho know and use very well. Exactly. We explained why they were hesitant outside Dengguan, remembering the dumb fellas? Remember the dumb fellas? Once we met, we were going in circles. They were kind of lost, trying to find the temple. Not to mention how the Heisho all utilize the topography of Hongguan differently. Even if it's an outsider were to get a read on how one... I can't talk anymore. God damn it. Not to mention how the Heisho all utilize the topography of Hongguan differently. Even if an outsider were to get a read on how one of its branches maneuver around Hongguan, as long as the 12 Heisho branches are still standing, Hongguan is assailable. Well, despite going into all that, I'm sure we all know that the best answer in all warfare is not having a war in the first place. I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about some stories you've been telling me about us. I can't even imagine what it would be like to have to not only witness it, but go through all that. We did visit your phantoms, Gregor, but that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. The city was devoured in smoke, its citizens in madness. He always shrugged off the stories as rambling in the past. During the war, he stood at the center of the heartless machine that was the city. Its every gear calibrated to a slaughterhouse to maximize the death of its people. Declare comment just now. I know it's always aware, but I know they're aware already, but they intentionally want to go into, you know, Gregor's phantoms or his or just into the story more. Gregor's will be a big character later on. I think he's gonna be a huge character later on, honestly. There, he must have witnessed things far worse than cities. Than the worst. Wait, what? Wow. There, he must have witnessed things far worse than the worst the city presently has to offer. The eyes gazed beyond the veil of bygone past, shaking restlessly in pursuit of what was no more. Oh boy, sorry fellas. I'm afraid we got carried away lamenting on what happened. That I forgot this was supposed to be a class. I'll be sure to prep something more useful next time. No. Everything you told me was really solidified my resolve. Chaos in Hongguan needs to come to an end soon. That someone so horrible could happen. I'm heading to my next class. Wait for me. Even after the two students had left, Gregor lingered in that room for a while, lighting up a cigarette while erasing what he wrote on the chalkboard. Smoke soon filled the room. He left only after almost emptying the tire pack. God damn. That is really slot right there. I knew like it was deep. Of course, war is deep, but the way it affects him. Never knew it was that immense. Like, it literally, that just basically means that he's just constantly just dealing with it. Like it's always in his head. He's always smoking. Not as much as Ryoshi, I guess, but. No team up here. Oh, you. How class going, Shishin? I'm not you, big bro. I paid attention in class. Oh, hello, Mr. Yu. He was really insistent on helping me out, even though I refused because he looked preoccupied. When I found out about the contents of this lesson plan, I simply could not allow him to do this alone. Looks like it's gonna be another serious class. Apologies for the delayed greetings. Dai of the Lin family formally extends her greetings to the venerable Hierarch. Been a while since I heard the greeting around here. Wait, what about Big Sis Baocha? Are you sure it's okay for his family bodyguard to be here? I'm no longer employed as Miss Baocha's guard. Wait, don't tell me got you. Everything I did that day, including accompanying you, was under Miss Baochan's orders. As for why she no longer needed my services, I don't understand myself. Probably because of you, Chen. Then let me go after the trouble was over. So, what's there for you to teach me, big bro? Your lesson plan about not making things awkward got vetoed by Zulu, so you could have taught me a thing or two. We were still kids, but come on, spent most of your time stuck in Hongyan before leaving Hongyan. I don't know what you could possibly have to teach me. Well, the world, our adventures in a way, but don't worry, Don't worry, Shishin. The one thing I'm pretty good at. My lesson for Shishin and Sinclair is in clear, neat handwriting. Hongyu wrote surviving Hongyuan on the chalkboard. Oh, well, I don't think I need any help in that department from you. Look, I know you have your share of assassination attempts, bro, but Chiamu, I mean, the previous hierarch and the eldest favor sheltered you from the worst of it. You're not wrong. Back when we had to fight our way through a bunch of sweepers, weren't you also one of the handful who got assassinated? Oh, that? I was wondering the hallways because I felt like something was off about my room. Until Dante told us all to go back to our room. Of course. Yeah. Let me repeat that actually. Of course I want to kill him too. There's the hallways. Okay. Just want okay, I got it. You just didn't say anything, bro? Wait, what? It was my fault? You do have some intuition after that. Like I'm going to have myself. Are you? Would you mind preparing the thing? You have my utmost faith, but please do practice caution. Sometime later, Linda appeared with 4 bowls, solution with tea. We're sprinkling some powder into one of them. What was that? Poison? That's powdered wolfbane. What is this going? You're going to teach me how to tell which of the bowls contain poison, right? You can stop now. I learned to recognize the infamous poisons like wolfbane when I was 7. Something as tame as what you're suggesting, Venerable Hierarch. Huh. I would not have been here to accompany him. Linda, you continued her process, Drinking wolfbane powder into 2 more bowls. Honglu was watching with an oddly contented expression. Closed his eyes. Please mix them up, are you? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, wait, what? We stared in confusion, but we couldn't hardly tell what was going on with the speed at which Linda was swapped around the bowls. We looked back at Honglu. There were 3 silver spoons in his hand. Those silver spoons were custom made at Dongyuan request, and must have items for children of the 4 great houses. They can detect non-spheric poison as well. That's interesting. Yeah, I know. They're actually what? It's nothing. Ooh. In Hongyeon, where we were beset by threats of assassination from all directions. Knowledge alone isn't enough to save you. What the heck are you? Hongyu opens his eyes before Shishin and finishes her sentence. Then he throws the silver spoon in his hands, like throwing pins toward the 3 bowls. And immediately chugged the 4th bowl, which he hadn't thrown a spoon in at all. Holy crap, are you insane? You barely checked them before. Their new tea is always delicious, even when cooled. The 3 silver spoons Honglu the 3 spoons Honglu had cast earlier were slowly melting after quickly becoming tarnished black. Oh, okay. Question. Is wolfbane's poison supposed to melt through metal? Like, be thorough with their poisons, not one. Since everyone's been trained for immunity since childhood, you have to make a mixture of various poisons to have a real effect. Fine. I don't want to argue. What's your secret? I want to know too. You sound different or something? Yeah. I just went with my hunch. Question done, huh? The hunch. Are we supposed to learn that? We're not Heathcliff, you know? You'll get a hang of it after a few tries. I'll help you out. Shall we begin? 2 bowls? Okay. I see. When you say just avoided whatever felt wrong with a hunch, you were flexibly identifying the threat by reading the room, connecting it to your intuitive experiences. Aha. We're using Miss Dayu's anxious breathing to clue you in. So this is how you managed to survive. Monk. Yeah, okay, he listens to everything around him. He just gets like a full picture of the room. I ate up. I know that your residence, Yon Sun Wu, engineered by the best craftsmen on a safe walk to the all kinds of useful bonuses to protect your life. Still, there'll come a day when you start to feel this station, those origin you can identify. And when it does, don't brush off that sensation. You're worrying over nothing. Shin looked around away from Honglu as if he experienced satisfaction. Her softened expression told me that she was glad to see. Trigger, my boy. Every 6 days, you'll be subjected to a midterms, prepared by the board of directors. Yeah, Yushan. A pelican has been prepared to take you to the exam site, and only by passing the test may Yushan return in status down the hierarchy. My lady? Oh, don't worry yourself over much, Master Wei. You sound like you're at a funeral. She'll pass these tests with ease as long as she's been diligently taking her classes. No, I simply can't hope to survive until she returns. Cough? I still hope I can survive until she returns. Oh. It seems that Way Rider's for funeral voice wasn't funeral. Oh. Voice wasn't out just out of his concern for Chishun. Wait, are you sure you're okay? I can't escape them even in dreams. The unfinished bundles of paperwork cascading over me like a storm, burying me. Do yourself. But that was no dream at all. In fact, I've never once seen a paperwork trained in the art of airwalking until now. Huh? I must be severely sleep deprived. Looks like we're not the only ones going through the ringer. Oh. Defense levels. Oh, it's this fucking loser. Okay. Yeah, this fucking loser. Hey, you're one of the she-boys. Finally meets. I hope to fight you in the family hierarch war. If you run into me, then. Oh, then. It's supposed to be a sparring match? Why does it sound like you have a personal grudge against me? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Why in the world would I have... Why in the world would I ever hold a grudge against you? The results of the family hierarch war couldn't be any clearer. And everyone even remotely connected to the mess has been dragged away to be put under the investigation. And hey, guess what? They dragged away half of my family, which means more room for me. I really should thank you, alright? Honestly, why don't you just declare a war against the Shi family at this point? Wouldn't that be much easier? War is not easy. It is never. It never is. What are you on about all of a sudden? Gregor. It's not something we should take lightly. It's not something we should be taking so lightly about, even as a joke. Your family was arrested because they were under investigation for treason against Dangwon. If they were innocent, I'm sure they'll be released soon enough. I know it's pretty much a given that they'll be ruled as guilty, regardless of what really happened. You know I came and paid them a visit because you've hidden their cells all over Hongyuan. They're not hidden. All the holding cells within Hongyuan have always been designed to move around in very short intervals. You know that. You know that it doesn't seem like the kind of design that would lead people to make some sort of unfortunate assumptions. So I'm sure the initial purpose was to prevent escapes. I recently gained a better understanding of Hongyuan's structure. I'm planning to change our policy so that prisoners still on trial will be allowed to have fixed locations. Really? Where do you? I was lucky enough to even take a few exit classes recently. I managed to reflect upon myself a bit too. Huh. You did change a little. Still, you better not expect me to go easy on you. I've got my own things to take care of. Good. Come on. Let's do this. Many illustrious figures of the past have said that not have disparaged waits on just victories. I love that. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of like fixed master stuff. Yeah, these are basically fixed. I can really do here. Okay. Done. And big one already. Hit negative. Up 7. This shit is smell. Oh. guy. He's dead here. Kind of want to try to from him though. I really think his design is cool. I guess we didn't really get enough. Story behind his design and how he fights. Good for you. You won. Stop giving me that look and get out of here. Lost most of your clan during the family hierarchy war, didn't you? Yeah, so what? You're gonna call me a pitiless loser? Yeah. You little. I'm sure that's what that's what I look like to you, too. I don't want your sorry. You're sorry. Every clan member who died in the evaluation have died. Wait, was that what? I don't want your sorry. Every clan member who died in the evaluation have to die for nothing. Okay, that was a bit weird. If I show weakness, that means I'm making everyone who participated in the evaluation look weak. So I'm going to win. I'm going to win without the fertile soil of my predecessors have left behind, because their legacy was unjustly nourished by the blood and tears of Hong Yuan himself. Shi Hyuzan, you are tenacious, determined, and strong of will. That must be why everyone stood by you, down to the last man. You knew my name, ma'am? I do. So what do you think? Would I make them sink your name and glory in the remaining history of Hong Yuan? Sure. Don should always be last. Get lost up a bit. Oh. Pretty managed to come out on top in your first sparring match. Congrats. Thanks. I gotta admit, your classes are definitely coming in handy. I like your attitude. Well, shall we take a look at what I prepared for today? You're gonna teach me about exploring, huh? It's going to be an indoor class. Yep. Exploring. Where should I begin? It's a very big subject. Resoling to the top of the highest building in Hongguan. Surviving 10 days in Hongguan back streets with only 3 items left. With only 3 items. I had plenty of ideas, but most of them got denied. And rightfully so. Those are kind of dangerous, you know? And that's when I realized that exploring isn't always limited to adventures in the physical space. I'm just here to fill in. This game needs a certain number of players, but really, can you really call this tabletop game an adventure? Yeah, in games of make-believe, any simulacra can be made as real as... Ah, what a move. Oh, nice. I'm gonna roll for damage. Ah, young Ishmael, thou hast absolutely plummeted the Gorgon beast with thy fireball spell, rendering it most crispy. It was a formidable foe. That was wonderfully executed, Miss Ishmael. Oh, really? Well then, that's my next move. And that's how you came up with this. I played a few other games, but this is new for me too. I'm still pretty new in general, I guess. It's called Jianghuan Journeys, or J&J. It's a popular game among Hongguan youths. It's gotten general positive reviews as well. Well, Ishmael so proudly presented before everyone appeared to be a board game with numerous cards and minifigures. Yeah, because just like how I'm playing a game, games kind of give you experiences. Like, Nimbus teaches you things. Like, any kind of game teaches you things. That's worth taking note of. Okay, what do these huge piles of papers have to do with exploration? Rule number 1. The most experienced player among those gathered becomes the JM. I'm guessing the master? Game master in a way? The JM. Yeah, Journey Master. The Journey Master designs the story around the player's choices, sets them in stage for what's to happen next, and Journey helps guide the explorers to safely arrive at their goals. That's why most experienced players take that role. Which will be me. Wisdom, strength, dex. Each character team have the things called stats. Looks like we just have to pick from a set of pre-made characters for this one. So I'm supposed to be playing this character role. Claire and Jishun picked up their cards with confusion clearing their eyes. Might need to take a break. I'm talking. I don't know. I feel tired. You arrived at the great city of Yanyuan, Smoke Cloud, a place known to be the gathering hub for all kinds of influential people. Travel here in search of a legendary treasure called the 10-yen sword of Fireland. The city of Yanyan, huh? Cool. So why are we looking for that sword again? Well, it's because so there's this legend in Yanyuan about how the the 10-yen sword is the way to quell the chaos of these lands and bring peace to its people. And also about having that sword is proof of the true leader of these lands. And so on and so forth, you know? Ishmael was stuttering and stammering through the introduction without her usual confidence. I see, this city called Yanyuan must be in a lot of trouble too. Seemingly affected by the oddly familiar setting of the story, Jia nodded sullenly without noticing Ishmael stumbling through the introduction. Well, you know how it is. The point is, you guys need to go find that sword. Then I will claim the 10-yen sword, no matter what it costs me. Jia nods with determination. Okay. I got it. Okay. Especially H Corp basic. Yeah, that's H Corp. From the rumors you gathered, it seems that the Kizan Keep might have heard of the whereabouts of that sword. What will you do? I walked to the Kizan Keep, chat him up, and tried to gain his trust. Are you sure? Remember, your wisdom is extremely low right now, which means that you'll find it hard to perform the simplest sentences. What if I found a different way to gain the case and keep trust that doesn't involve sweet talking him? I do have a pretty high strength stat, which should give me access to certain alternative methods of persuasion that does require skill in speechcraft, like intimidation. Hold on. I'll try to convince the keys and keep. I think I've got a decent chance at this. My wisdom's pretty high. And you pass the check. The keys and keep looks at you, having lowered his guard. Oh, not you, Sinclair. He's still pretty wary of you. Okay. Then he's so fucking feisty. Okay. Then I guess I'll just stand in the corner over there, unsheath my weapon, and play around with it for a bit. That's what he expects me to do anyway, isn't it? You're just roleplaying Heathcliff now, aren't you? He was. The keep shares some information about the sword he heard. He explains that the party should seek northeast toward the Yinzing Mountain. Southrise Mountain. But, what is this? Tears begin to well in the Keep's eyes as he continues to explain. Apparently, a patrolling guard beat his son pretty badly for loitering around the guard. The wound is severe, so he needs medicine. But he can't seem to find a way. Side quest! Oh no. That's too bad, but we've got the job to do. We have what we came here for. We leave the keys in. Well, let's just say that GMs aren't supposed to interfere with the player's choice, but let's be honest, I would have made the same choice. You can't stop and help out every little side quest when there's a whole lot of adventure to go through. No, we're not leaving. I'm gonna get him that medicine. What? After a few turns of various trials and tribulations for Sinclair, Keys and Keep's son, who fortunately was able to recover, hears your story and hesitantly shares what he knows. You realize that he's talking about the fairy Yaguai, guardian of the Tanyan sword. He explains that the fairy Yaguai's power grows under bright moonlight. Hold on. Isn't it full moon right now? Then we should wait. Should we wait until the sky is overcast? Hearing that, the innkeep's son takes a quick look at the clouds and tells you that it might be raining in about a week. Glad we helped him out. Okay. Let's make sure we're prepared before we go. You're gonna have to roll a 15 or higher to hit. I know, I'm focused. Hey, rolled a 16. With a final singular strike from Jiashin, the fairy Yaguai finally falls to the floor, defeated. Yes, the Tanyan sword is ours. Excited, the party runs up to the sword embedded deep into the earth and grabs enthusiastically upon the hilt. With this we can. However, the defeated fairy Yaguai, whom the party assumed was dead, suddenly jumped to his and lunged at Jishin, who just pulled the sword from the ground. Oh no! I quickly get between Jishin and the monster. Ran a speed check. But if that crits, it's gonna be pretty deadly even for you. Let's see if we can make it the evasion save. One and another one. Nope, that's a critical fail. It's okay. Sinclair falls to the ground, bleeding profusely from the gaping wound. The Yaguai lies still as well, the final vestiges of his strength completely spent. Bro took IRL damage. The Ishmael just hit him. That'll just be abuse. Go and help me. Take that sword and go down to the village. Become the leader they need. The sword is as your proof. No. So it wouldn't mean anything without my adventuring, buddy. I'm going to banish Sinclair up and carry him back. I won't leave him behind and descend the mountain on my own. On my own. Wait, if that's your choice, then... yeah, the bleeding stops as soon as you wrap him up. He's just that sturdy, you know? A strike would have killed pretty much anyone, but... You know how healthy he is? On your feet, Sinclair. We're getting out of here, together. Grab onto my shoulder. That's it, step by step. Hey, Jishin, look over there. Everyone we helped and saved on our journey came out to welcome us home. You're right. If it weren't for you, Sinclair, I'll never stop and talk to every single villager here. While there to hear the troubles. The sword was only a symbol all along. All of our efforts and experiences we gained from our journey for the sword were what taught me how to be a good leader. Not the sword itself. You're right. The real success of this adventure was everyone's efforts along the way. I feel like the game overtook the class at some point along the way. Oh, I didn't change it to 3. Well. Oh. Expert, nice. Surely a combination between these 3. We have the Stang and Gregor, maybe. Daddy. This dude. Okay, I'm just going through it now. He's already expert. Yeah. Judgment containment. I'm around 40. I don't need to use. Frenzy. In regards to every activity, involvement of unnecessary emotions and personal judgment is to be wasteful. I need you to elaborate on that. Then I will share an excerpt from Sinclair's exchange with manager 32 days ago. Begin quote. Huh? 32 days ago? What? Excuse me? Dante? I'm sorry to have asked you this, but most of us are fatally wounded. Can you please turn the clock just one more time? End quote. Unnecessary interjection. Weighted down your request. Wow, that's pretty bad. Did I really stutter that badly? It's a waste of time to involve emotions when delivering unfavorable news. The same message could have been delivered with merely 2 words. We failed. Damn. Let's commence field practice. Do not ask me a single question for the next 5 minutes. Huh? Well, okay. Sure, seems easy enough. Yeah. Mirasol? Suddenly, Mirasol let out a cry as he clutched his chest and fell to the floor. Oh. Are you okay? Mirasol, you okay? Eyes snapped open. Failure. Pass failed. 5 minutes have not passed. Even I was a bit concerned. The fuck? You're cheating. It reminds me of the incident Sinclair had so desperately wished to hide. What? The what who wished what? Despite your belief that no one ever found out your secret, there was one person who got to the bottom to the incident. That's the bottom of the incident. Come on, just what do you see? Failed again. Employee to the month. Okay. All stats +1. Or up just. Time. Also, it tells you here what the combinations are. Unless I earned that before. Then. Wait, so how does this even work? Hold on. How does this even work? I'm actually curious. Yeah, we're still number 4. Holy shit. I didn't even get the rewards. What? Huh? Okay. Dave, that's good. All right. This, yeah. Wow. Uh, oh, this. Careful that. I was so angry. She's always angry, but like, so fucking angry. Bruh. What? Attention. Today's lesson. We'll cover intelligence acquisition. In other words, men, you have to learn to gain information from people. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. Just to turn them to your side by being generous with my spending. By setting a good example as a supervisor, I'll eventually open up. Foolishness. Eh? That is amongst the worst strategies I've ever had. The split of hearing. Do you not see how wasteful it is to spend a limited military budget? How wasteful it is to spend so much precious time trying to butter them over? The most efficient means of obtaining intelligence is torture. I'll be right back. I'm right there and cries. What the fuck? I'll probably call it in like 20 minutes. Today was like a vibe. Like it was trying to get back into that vibe of streaming. It was meant to be a really long stream, and I kind of feel it. This kind of helped a lot. Torture, torture. I'd say that that's the worst strategy I've ever had the displeasure of hearing. I'd rather not waste my clan's strength on something so utterly useless like that. Besides, if you end up accidentally killing them, foolishness. Jeez, can you stop saying that word? How simplistic and disappointing. Your imagination falls short if that's all you can think of when you hear the word torture. Then, this unit. This is exactly a military unit. Then, this Hangwan may indeed be beyond your ability to lead. Ah, shit, I need one more second. Be right back, one more second. Alright, then this Hangwan may indeed be beyond your ability to lead. Well, I'm waiting. Get on with your lesson. The mention of Hangwan seemed to be put Ishiwan into a thoughtful mood. I should stop arguing and begin focusing on class. The most effective method of torture isn't physical things like waterboarding, electrocution. Are all a failure. Today, you'll learn the torture of language. This method, you'll always find the answer you want. Use speechcraft to entrap your mind, slowly construct around them. Gulp. And let them take a brief sigh of relief every time you give you an answer. That, cadets, is what you'll be learning today. Isn't that? Okay. To your positions, cadets. So result learning points to help from the target. So results. Or wasn't on the best mood, I guess. Okay. All stats. I'll never surrender. Okay, nice combo. I definitely have a combo based off Kanto 4. 5. Okay, another midterm. More health, an effective W. Action, 4 time, clash lose. I see you. I heard you defeated Shi Huazwen. Shi Hazhen. You'll best not to let that get to your head. It's always been our family's greatest shame. Hey, watch yourself. Have you learned not to underestimate the family's dog? Sorry, the family's dog. Oh, the family's underdogs. What? Oh, you don't know. You see, I managed to talk Shi Hazhen into, you know. No, it can't be. Can't spill these boons on my parents. My men already underway. Nah. How do you know it was Block 32? I barely managed to get them in the hiding spot there. Oh, so it's Block 32. Is she using fucking all this speechcraft? I did. Huh. That was way easier than it was during class. I've heard stories about how you've changed. I didn't know you had to you had changed this much. Yeah, I didn't know you changed into such a heartless woman. Say something, damn it. Don't just stand there completely expressionless and Oh, I see. You won't be shaken by silly things like this. Is that it? That may fit the sea of a Hierarch, however. A leader who responds with silence to their inferiors. A leader who considers them only disposable. Tools is bound to rot. I, she, Shinjin, refuse to let someone so unqualified such as yourself retain power. Counter. Oh. Counter. Wait, so this is if all the classes, if all the 30 days is just from this one chapter, then a lot more to develop than that. There you go. Archers. Oh. And from Ishmael. Well. Damn it, I was so close. Ever really take time to think about what might happen if Big Sis Yuan Chun actually gained control of Hongduan? Sure, it's gonna be all buddy-buddy at first. Gonna acknowledge the authority of the board of directors, butter you up, and compensating you for your efforts. But soon, you're gonna see people from other nests coming in here and taking up administrative positions under the guise of advisors. And it's the small families and clans that are going to suffer first. And when that time comes, I bet you'll be saying the same thing then. I was so close. Just cut the fuck out of him, okay. It's gonna be a while before other members of your family are let go. You know this already. Committed treason. Think they were piggybacking off Big Sis Yao Chun's forces, when in reality, he had already discarded them even before it began. She made sure that nothing about this treason goes going to stick to her. Mother, father. Now let's think about this carefully. About Chia Yunchan vision for Dagwan. Will it be more H Corp or more Q Corp? I see the point you're making. But you're not giving us any real reason to trust you either. What guarantee do I have that you won't just toss us aside when we're no longer useful? So about that hiding place that you were prepared. About the hiding place where you put your parents, just so accidentally let slip. I know their whereabouts for a while actually. I should have identified their location long ago, but I didn't do anything because there wasn't any evidence that pointed to your parents' involvement. That sure? How low is your opinion of the hierarchy? Xiao made a big show of her own influence in assembly, but I still have the tight control of the Heisho, the family hierarchy. But I thought you were arresting every member of the Shi family without even questioning them. What was it again? That leaders must take good care of those who are in the same boat as them. Why would any hierarch go around arresting innocent people of H Corp left and right, unnecessarily making more enemies for themselves? I shouldn't plan on doing that. Okay. Since it's but okay, I really want to see this one. Mm. HEDYDWK. Teaching kids to deal with kids. She says. It's like your manager is not the only one who needs a translator. I would have liked to teach a particular bloody art class, but the AL black hair discarded my lesson plan. Yeah, no, I don't think that lesson of yours would have flown even if Zulu wasn't there, artless or otherwise. Today's class. I'll sink if you're a snap your neck clean. If you're a but I'll scan if you a use. I'll snap your neck completely if you're unruly adult. But I was coax and nurture you. Oh. Do you guys rehearse this or something? Am I getting pranked right now? No, not at all. Just listen carefully. Evaluate the context, and there you have it. What context? What context is this supposed to evaluate? On to me, basically. Let the art do the talking. MTL kids? What the fuck? Yeah, there's much to learn. Oh. That's about to begin. Need a class material attendant. Yes. Oh. Upon the variable family hierarchy orders, I brought a child from the Wing family. Why is Ziren? No, wait, what? Brought a who from a what family? Upon who orders? Tough. Many travel restrictions here. I brought the rich kid attendant. You're gonna bring her along to get you places, huh? No, I mean, just what do you mean you brought the kid under my orders? Ryosha snuffed out her cigarette, opened the window to clear out the smoke, dusted off her clothes a few times, and only then brought the child to the for class. Aww. Ryoshu. The kid kind of trembled and anxious looking. I extend my greetings to the venerable Hierarch. This kid scared as mine. Memories of childhood are important. They are experiences that shape your future. Observe and learn. But you're acting serious all of a sudden. I do that childhood memories are important. My memories with Big Brother value are what. Anyways, moving on. Heard nothing. Point is, I think becoming approachable to kids here might help prevent a lot of potential conflict. You got your work cut out for you. The Dangwon are extremely wary of anyone who's not their family. Worse, too much trick that kid use my name. Must be terrified. I must imagine his parents must give him a whole lot of warnings too. I'll give you a demonstration. So, not really talking much into like. I'll give you a demonstration. Behold, hot box. Yes, I knew it. Wow, I think I liked her. Yeah, he wouldn't stop crying when we tried to get him to calm down. Besides, how's she even doing that with her hands? Not even masters martial arts like that. She was practically giving him no time for any other distractions, or even a moment to cry. She was taking care of that kid almost effortlessly, employing all kinds of tactics, including, but not limited to, Hongzin, Hongzu, and a traditional Hongyang toy, fan tricks, sugared fruits, and eventually, don't pull too hard. Child ended up piggybacking on Ryoshu. Fear he showed earlier has gone without a trace. I would imagine Ryoshu to be good at this. And with the exact same expression of her usual one, Ryoshu was gently caressing the child. Well, to be more exact, she was giving him a gentle pat. But I think I get it. Showering kids with tasty stuff and gifts isn't the best way to go about it. The important is helping them understand just what kind of person I am. Yeah, the kids are really on edge for this. Really started to make some progress, but whenever he suspected that I was lying or something, he immediately go back to being on guard. This sucks because he's a Dangwon kid. Kids don't survive this place for long if they're not quick on their uptake. Honorable Hierarch, may I ask you something? Well, asking is free. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna depend on what you ask, whether I can help you or not. Huh? Wrong move, rookie. Hierarch. Why say all that when the lesson of the day? But what's this again? When TWDT, you don't get all the you don't get the immaculancy of fucking abbreviations. I should take that seriously. Okay. You should grab the child's shoulders, brought him before Jiushun, then in her usual curtness, spoke precisely 2 words. Child. That seemed to do the trick. It's my big sis said that when the family hierarchy war is over, I can finally play tons. But the parents told him to stay inside because it's too dangerous outside. My cousin says that you are the biggest and the baddest of Hongwan, Honorable Hierarch. I wanted to ask if you can make Dangwon safe. I want to play with my friends. Gotcha. However, your suggestion possibly. It says that she's told you to make that happen. Sometime later, after Ziren guided the child out of the classroom, I found Jiyuchi-shun whispering something to herself. You got a lot on your plate, huh? Dealing with restructuring days is one of them. I was gonna try to improve the safeness of the place anyway, but he asked me to or not. Safe enough for a kid like that to run around the market all on his own. A place where he doesn't have to be afraid to go outside. Got boxed. They give me morale, okay. Big morale. Class. Took the class, that's it. Nice. That was really nice. Alright, let's do one more with this, and then we'll call it here. Alright, so hot box is definitely a thing. Success rate. I think I have to end with morale boost. Where's Christopher? Bean. That's the class combo. Take axe. All about the poker face. All right, I'm gonna call it here. So far, I'm a bit shocked. We're day 15 in. I kind of thought like part of the story would be like, you know, 5 days per section. But if we're gonna just do this, then there's gonna be a lot more to it. There's gonna be a lot more to it. I actually really like that. I didn't even get to the rewards section yet. Huh. One hell of a conto so far. One hell of a conto so far. I actually really like Sinclair's involvement. I feel like Sinclair wasn't involved in too much. He was involved a bit in Don Quixote's. But I'm kind of glad to see him taking action. And also little hints on towards Ryoshi's patience life. Hurt. But I'm gonna call it here. Hey, wait, first. And then I'll probably come back sometime this week. If I find a good time. I mean, I'm might be best. Really early Saturday, so I don't want to get up too late on Saturday. Okay. All right. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.